Kevin's log, Ourdate, 08, 05, 2025. Well, bunnies are gone. The bunny's playpen is gone. Hopefully they're going to a good new home. That's a lot of work tearing that down. But I gotta get rid of it. Quick! Before she decides on more animals. LOL. Anyway. Anywho. Got that hole filled back in. Still gotta work on this and this. This hole filled in. I got a little bit of a hole here. So I gotta get all the stuff moved so I can do that. Did not work on the shop today at all. Completely worked on pulling this thing down. So we're gonna try to make plans to set it up for more rabbits. Because even though this didn't work out just because I'm busy, I think it was successful. I think it was really kind of a successful thing. So, oh, and Claire did have kits. There were 9 of them. When I looked down into the burrow to check and see if there was anything in there, I didn't see anything. So I was like, that's weird. The kids were looking down. That's what it was. The kids were looking down in there. And they're like, there's nothing down here. There's nothing down here. And I said, check the burrow on the side. And they're like, there is no burrow on the side. And I was like, no, it's right there, right there. And they're like, there's nothing there. And I looked, and holy crap, there was nothing there. She had completely buried the entrance. Completely buried the entrance. So I dug it all out. And it was like, I hear the kits down there. I can hear them. They're down there. So I finally got enough dug back. Holy crap, this hole was deep. Got enough dug back that we were able to reach in there and find 9. There were 9 of them in there. One of them, if they spend a ton of time with it, maybe it might make it. I hope it does. It was the cutest one, of course. It had awesome colors. Definitely a runt. Really looked malnourished. The other ones were all fat and muscular and, but the one didn't look so good. But they were clean. They were a lot cleaner than the first litter. The first litter, they were all, didn't look good at all. Of course, only one survived out of the first litter. So hopefully this is a totally different story. But she did have to drive 2 hours without air conditioning in the vehicle. So I did put a jar of ice in there to help keep them cool. Not a jar. A Gatorade bottle of ice to help keep them cool. So hopefully, I haven't heard yet. I heard they got back home, but I haven't heard how the kits made it. So anyway, just to be selfish, not my problem anymore. But yeah, they just got 12 bunnies. So honestly, if I knew for sure that they were under there and that the mother just didn't bury them, I didn't know this happened. I didn't know that they would cover up the entrance. Never heard of that. And I've been, researching this for a while, but most people don't keep rabbits in an outside enclosure. Most people don't. Anyway, So I wasn't sure, so I wasn't taking the chance. We pulled them all out. So they should be fine. Super hot today though, or not super hot, it's 85. So ice should have kept them enough of a bit of coolness in there. Anyway, I'll quit talking about it. They're there. I'm cleaning up. And we're going to figure out what we're going to do correctly the next time. We need to keep them in the shade. Obviously, summer reasons. But in the shade, we don't get a ton of grass. And I want to be able to grow grass for them specifically. So we're going to have 3 very large enclosures. For the rabbits, with some sort of structure in there for them to burrow under. Because this actually worked out really, really well. If it wasn't for me going, I can't do it. I've got too much other stuff going on. I do not have the time to deal with more babies. It probably would have worked out really good. Because she had them very well protected. As long as she wasn't burying them. So, and they were only about a week old, which is about right. Just about right. I mean, I could do it. You know, I saw some people bury totes in the ground and then cover them over, and that way they can still get to them. Just lift the lid. I can't see how that would be super great, because I would still think that you would get a lot of heat radiating from the top down. But it's something to think about for the next time, which is going to be probably next year. So I'll just save the parts, the pool parts. I don't even know if I'm going to do that. I liked it. It worked really well. Spur of the moment. It worked great. But anyway, yak. We did go and get a garage door for the shop today. And after I'm done with this video, I'm probably going to go next door and help Kenny get some tin on the roof, because I didn't do it earlier when I said I was going to do it. So I got to make up for that. So, yeah, and I still didn't get to the damn truck, to the dump truck. I still want to get the transmission pulled back so I can get the clutch out, so we can do all that silly stuff. So, oh, that's right, and Zach wants me to help him tomorrow morning. I need at least one more of me. And I think Dawn's getting her nephews down here. Or grandnephews? I think. This weekend or next weekend. So maybe I can, put them to work. Ha ha! Anyway. I'm going to get back to moving this around. Bumbling Full, signing off.